Hello, Hofstra fans, and welcome to the W. Mason Coach Report with head men's basketball coach Joe Mihalich. Welcome, Coach.
Thanks for having me, Stephen. An exciting week coming up here, and good weekend this past weekend, obviously. So we're anxious to get to work today at practice.
Yeah, you just mentioned good and exciting, and that's what your weekend was. You went on the road down south at Elon and at William & Mary and came away with two 23-point victories. Really maybe a season-defining weekend for your program. What were your overall thoughts on the two games and how well your team played?
Well, I'm proud of how our guys handled Thursday night at Elon. I think they're a dangerous team. I mean, they lose by 1 to William & Mary. They shoot the ball well. It was at their place, and I think Mike Schrage does a heck of a job down there. He's building a program. It's going to take him some time, but they're a dangerous team, and so our guys handled it the right way, and we played well. And had a little scare at the end of the first half. We let them close the gap a little bit, but we handled that run and did well in the second half.
Yeah, in that game was interesting. You kind of said it was kind of the opposite of what happened in the William & Mary game. You let them close the gap a little at Elon, and the William & Mary game, the opposite happened. They had closed the gap, and you hit 2 threes in the last 30 seconds of the half to really give your team the momentum heading into that second half. How key was that in that William & Mary game?
Without a doubt. I mean, because we've been on both ends of it. You just mentioned the Elon game, so I guess it was a 4-point game, and we had played well, and of course they hadn't played as well. I'm sure Dane Fisher's thinking like, okay, we're down 4. Let's get into the locker room. Let's regroup. And 4 points is nothing, and we'll, get back to the drawing board and take care of business in the second half. And then Tariq comes out and knocks down two threes. Yeah, it just gives you so the 4-point lead becomes 10, and it felt like it became 15.
The 2 wins give you 9 road wins for the year. You lead the nation in that category. It's really been a remarkable season from that standpoint. What do you make of the success on the road for your team? How have you been so successful?
I wish I could give you the recipe, but there really isn't one. Or maybe it's just that our guys love a great atmosphere. I mean, William & Mary was a great atmosphere. Charleston, great atmosphere. Our guys love that. We have a toughness to us. We have great leadership in DeJour Bowie and Elijah Pemberton, and it's something that I don't know. Again, I'm not sure if that's the recipe. Maybe what I just said is. But I'm so proud of our guys for being that way because, it's hard to win on the road. It's hard to win at home. So, it's just hard to win a game. And so I'm proud of our guys.
You mentioned the leadership of your 2 stars, Eli Pemberton, DeJour Bowie. Both are now well over 100 games played in this uniform. Obviously, that's playing a significant role in the success of your team, and both had outstanding weeks. Eli really got out of a little funk and just had a great week. Sniffed a triple-double there on Thursday. What were your thoughts on his play this week?
Yeah, we're so happy for him because you said it. He had a 2 or 3 or 4 game stretch where he just wasn't playing like Elijah Pemberton. And, my battle cry to him was like, hey, you're already going to go down as an all-time great at Hofstra basketball. You're already top 10 scorer. Your name will be in the record books. People will talk about you for years and years and years to come. Let's just enjoy this last senior year and just go play basketball.
Did Speedy jump in during that and say, you're not going to catch me, though?
Speedy, we always tease Speedy because it's just fun to do that. When DeJour went over 40, we snuck a glance at Speedy to make sure he was smiling about that.
And speaking of DeJour, double-double against Elon, 18-11, and then just another sometimes it goes unnoticed, sometimes it goes noticed, but 22-7, and just really controlled every aspect of that William & Mary game. And all of his shots were big-time defended shots. Like, he is just controlling the game in every aspect, isn't he?
I mean, his level of confidence is off the charts. I'll tell you what, I feel this. I don't know if he weighs 160 pounds, but I think 158 of those pounds are heart. He's just a tough kid. I mean, he was, you already mentioned it. He knocked down a 3 when Nathan Knights came out to guard him. And, I think he had 18 assists over the weekend. I mean, he too is going to go down as one of the all-time greats at Hofstra.
We could talk about a multitude of players that had great weeks. One that was really key on Saturday was Isaac Conte. He kind of did the same as Nathan Knight, which neutralized that position. How well have you seen him develop over the last couple weeks, and especially how big was he on Saturday?
Well, I don't mind sharing this with you and anybody that watches. I mean, since July, we've been challenging him about his games with Nathan Knight because that's where it starts in our league. Nathan Knight, he's the best big guy in the league, and he's the most talked about big guy, and rightfully so. He's a terrific player. So we've been challenging him since July, and I think Isaac will be the first one to tell you that he wasn't happy with his performance here against Nathan Knight. And there's two ways to go with that. You can put your tail between your legs and mope, or you can say I'm going to do better the next time. And it's obvious what Isaac did, and he was it gives you the chills to watch him play that way because literally he was like asking for the ball. Nathan Knight picked up his third, and he was basically asking for the ball. I think he scored 3 times in a row.
Couple of jumpers there from about 12, 15 feet too, huh?
But you got to give Speedy credit for that one because it's usually Mike Farrell. Mike Farrell's the shot doctor, but Speedy's sneaky good too with the shooting, and he spent some time with Isaac.
Well, just one game this week on the schedule, Coach. It's a big one. Finally back at home, Northeastern, big-time rival, one of the best rivalries this program has had over the last few years. What do you make of the Huskies? A lot of close games on their schedule. A lot of close games.
Yeah, I mean we're going to see an inspired, motivated, probably angry team, and we know that, and because that's the way you're supposed to be, and I'm sure that's the way Billy Cohen will get them thinking. I don't know what their record is. I don't even want to look at it because it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. They're as good as any team in the league. We know that. We respect them, and we know that it was a one-possession game when we played them there. It's a one-possession game seemingly every time we play them. So, we got our work cut out for us, and we know it.
Yeah, it was a one-possession game up there. Eli Pemberton, last-second layup. Like you said, there's instant classics every time you play them. What are the keys to beating them? What are they successful at that you guys need to stop?
I don't know. I say it all the time. I don't know what their weakness is, and it's from the heart. I just have no idea what their weakness is. They've always given us trouble at both ends of the floor. So, we just got to be ready for anything. The standards for preparation have to be at an all-time high, and we got a lot of work to do this week, and we're going to be looking at tape and trying to figure out ways to get this done.
Coach, Saturday, 4 p.m., the Mac Sports Complex. Great day. Get your tickets, HofstraTickets.com. Call 516-HOFTIXX, or stop by the Hofstra Athletics ticket office in the lobby of the Mac Sports Complex to get your tickets now. Coach, we'll talk to you again next week, and have a great week.
Thank you, and hope to see some people here on Saturday. Should be a great day.
Thank you, and thank you for joining us on W. Mason Coach Report with head men's basketball coach Joe Mihalich.